So hi everybody, I am Jules, I'm a local healer and Reiki Master Teacher, and I'm recording this so that I can put it up on YouTube for people near and far to participate in what we are going to be doing today. And what I'm hoping to do is to help cultivate an experience that not only we're going to have as a group, but that each of, can you give me that oil? But that each of you can have a unique healing experience yourselves. That you can leave this place and come away from it having something profound and personal that you can take away with you. So we're going to start off with a meditation, actually. So why don't we close our eyes, take a deep breath, take the deepest breath that you've breathed today. And at the top of the breath, thank yourself for the work that you're doing on you right now. And at the top of the next deep inhale, give yourself permission to let go of anything that does not serve you. And as you breathe deep and slow, be aware of the breathing space within you. In fact, place your hands over your heart and feel the pulsations of aliveness, the pulsations of your heart as it beats starlight through your body. Feel the aliveness that pulses through you. Pulses from your heart and radiates through all the parts of your body, from the top of your head, the tip of your nose, to your toes. And as you still yourself, you become more aware of the aliveness that is within you, but also the aliveness that is within everything. Become aware of the aliveness and beauty of this place. The evergreens forming a canopy over us. The trees are air purifiers, and being around them in their energy field is cleansing and healing. Feel the aliveness of the life within the trees, the sacred teachers, and the aliveness of all the beings and creatures that live in this sacred place, in this park, by this creek. The birds, the squirrels, the bugs, the ants. Become aware of the earth and the soil beneath and below you that uphold you, that support you. And the aliveness within the earth, the aliveness within the soil. See if you can sense that. You can even put your hands upon the earth, upon the soil, and sense that ocean of life that is moving and pulsing just beneath the surface. For there is aliveness everywhere and in all things. And it is with this living intelligence that we heal, that we grow, that we come into balance and harmony, because we are an extension of the aliveness of the earth. We are an extension of the system of life that is this planet, that is a part of the planetary body we call Earth. And as you become aware of the aliveness in the earth and the soil beneath you, become aware that the earth is not as solid as you would think it is. The ancient ones called it a honeycomb earth, and that there are hollow spaces, there is a lot of space in between all the particles. Become aware of the spaces in between. And deep, deep, deep down within the earth, bring your awareness 8,000 feet down below the surface of this place. There's a well. There are hollow spaces, empty wells that used to be filled with oil. And the ancient ones tell us that the fairies live in these hollow places. They dwell within the spaces in between. And the beings, the wise ones, that are a part of this place, they call themselves the people of peace. And they're teaching us how to live peacefully, how to find peace. You find it when you go out into nature. And when you tune in to the aliveness, the living intelligence of nature that you are a part of. The people of peace want to help us, but it will not come unbidden. We have to ask. And so now, I want you to focus on your intentions for healing. Thank you. What is it that you need assistance with? Think of a wish or a prayer for yourself, for your loved ones, and then expanding out further and for the planet, so that your intention is threefold. And hold that intention in your heart, in that place of love within you. And when you open your eyes, allow the aliveness to stream through you. Allow your wish, your intentions to flow outward from you. And send your wishes, your intentions, your energy into this healing candle. You hold up your hands and you can beam your energy into this healing candle, focusing on the healing that you would like to receive in mind, body, or soul. This healing candle is going to unite us as one and is going to connect our healing intentions to the healing intentions for others today who are holding space for peace, love, and healing in different places, different cities, all around the world. Sacred beings, priestesses, priests, magic workers, shamans, spiritual people, loving hearts, and also interdimensional beings, angels, our guides, the ones that are helping us over time and space to hold space for humanity to heal, to grow, to evolve, and to move beyond conflict. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Blessed be. And I reach into this candle, this threefold flame that represents the threefold light that we are in mind, body, and soul. I reach in and I expand it out. So this holy flame, holy fire encircles us and surrounds us, creating sacred space. We are between the worlds. The circle is cast, the circle is cast, the circle is cast. Blessed be. Blessed be. I like starting with the meditation because it's like gets us zoom into that space. Lovely. So, welcome, thank you. I'm so glad you could all make it here today. So there's some astrological influences that I just want to touch on. It started last November, and it's going to last until this coming November, just after election time. And for an astrological term, for all the astrological nerds out there like me, the south node of the moon is conjunct with Neptune in Pisces with Chiron. What? Okay. Basically what that means is there's like three planets. These three planets are really close to each other, and they're all in the same sign of Pisces. Pisces is the great ocean of consciousness. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so it's like double. It's the ocean of consciousness of all that is. It's the collective unconscious. It's humanity. It's all our stuff that we're in together, and we've got to unite together to get out of our situation. This energy, it's the energy of past lives. Past lives. And when we talk about past lives, you've had many lifetimes. Actually, my teacher would say, no, you've had one life. You've had many embodiment experience, but the soul has had one lifetime and you're still living it. And what's happening as we evolve and become more spiritual, we become more aware of our soul's journey. And there's, as we sit in stillness, we allow wisdom to bubble up from the soul, from the depths of our unconsciousness, and memories are stirring. And in fact, what we're seeing happening on the news right now is a reflection of our wounds and the pain and the suffering that we are in collectively. But it's shocking. It's damaging. It's emotionally crippling when we watch the news. And it's not just that there's violence in the world, but it's hitting us in such a deep and profound way that it's causing a little bit of a soul loss. It's causing damage, but to our souls, to our emotional state, it's pulling us off center. But what it's really doing is holding up a big fat mirror of a reality check of, hey, because we are all mirrors of each other. We are all reflections of each other, and these wounds are very deep. These wounds are very old. They're many generations. when we come into this world from a scientific perspective, we have the genetic makeup that's been passed down from our parents, and it's in our DNA. And if you look even deeper at what science is uncovering, if you look up the keyword epigenetics on Google, you'll find all the scientific research that's been done and how they've had breakthroughs and revelations in regards to, we carry the emotional traumas of our ancestors in our body. That is at a deep level. It's held in our DNA, and all of the trauma triggers that are happening that we're witnessing are reminding us of those old wounds that we have, that our grandparents have. And also, let's think about this. When you incarnate, you don't necessarily incarnate into the same ancestral line time and time again. You're not always a white girl. You're not always a black person. You're not always Asian or whatever. We hop. Soul knows no color. Spirit knows no, it's not a race. The soul is that unity, is the oneness. Hi, join us. And so we're experiencing these wounds that are reminding us of traumas that we have encountered in past lives. If you are drawn to magic and healing and shamanism and exploring the unknown, maybe in a past life you were a shaman or a healer or a prophet. And you know what happened to those people? They were crucified. They were burned. They were drowned. They were persecuted. So there's something kind of like spiritual PTSD that is going on. We're at this point in our evolutionary path where your body is remembering. Body is so wise, by the way. And a lot of traditions will shame the body and say that the body is unclean, and we ignore it. But when we tune into it, it can be your greatest teacher. It can be one of your greatest allies. We only get one body in this incarnation. So we've got to honor it. We've got to respect it. It is the temple. It is the vessel through which we do our great work. So our bodies hold the memory in our DNA of these ancient wounds that we experienced over the, how many incarnations, that are also connected to our ancestral wounds that we're carrying around with us. And it's all being triggered and coming to the surface. And what's happened is there's also this, the south node of the moon conjunct Neptune is square. It's forming a hard angle to Saturn right now. And Saturn is in Sagittarius, and so a lot of stuff is coming up in regards to belief systems. And what are our belief systems? Are they limited? Do they shadow us? Because a lot of the belief systems over the last 2,000 years or so got very political. And politics got involved, and it became tainted in a way. And it was used as a way, as an excuse in the name of, to go start this war, this holy war or that holy war. And there's been a lot of death and destruction, and there's been a lot of suppression and repression of the people. If we ascribe to a belief system that makes us judge ourselves and deem parts of ourselves as unacceptable or unclean or unworthy, we shadow those parts, and we hinder and suppress ourselves from our natural expression, our natural way of being in this world. And so basically what's happening now is, with this Neptune thing, is there's a lot of disillusionment that's happening. There's a lot of truth that's being revealed. The masks are coming off. We'll recognize, because of our desire to be loved and our desire to be accepted and our feelings, the illusion of isolation and that old abandonment wound, that is the key to our suffering, is learning how to transcend that abandonment wound. Abandonment from God. Abandonment from our Creator. The illusion that we are separate from that which created us. But now we've got science that is telling us, the unified field theory and quantum mechanics, that, yes, we are made of light. There is a light that emanates from each and every cell. There is an aura that we have. There's a human energy field. They have proven it. And so we are more than just a body. But we forget. Because, seeing is believing. And I see that you're over there and I'm over here. And so therefore we're separate individuating beings. So we get stuck in this individuated perspective that perpetuates this feeling of separateness, isolation, opposition, and it leads to conflict. It's me versus you. It's me comparing my beauty to your beauty. When why can't we celebrate each of our, the beauty in our diversity? It pits us, this type of thinking and this idea that we are separate and that we are not connected, perpetuates racism and a lot of isms, actually. Perpetuates conflict and the need to compare and the need to judge. And but all of this is rooted in how we think and what we were told is the way. And it got twisted over time and over generations. And so where we are now, when we repress and we suppress parts of ourselves because we vilify or judge aspects of our being, we all want to be loved. And, maybe something that makes you come alive is singing, but you're terrified of being in front of a group because you're afraid of being judged because really you're judging yourself. And so we shadow that part of ourselves and something happens to our spirit, something happens to our soul. It gets it suffers. And in order to be totally soulful, we have to allow these impulses, we have to rise up. We have to allow ourselves to create and express and connect and unite with each other. But there's that fear of other that is reaching a peak right now with all the violence in the world. And I know the sensitives, being one of them, I know the sensitives have been cocooning themselves off because it's like too crazy out there. It's like, I shield, I do my energy enhancing exercises, I anoint myself with holy oil, and I go out and I wear my crystals and my stones to hold a certain frequency and keep myself centered. And I go out into the world and interact with other people, and I get pulled in a lot of different directions. I get ungrounded because there are intense energies. And the byproduct of shadowing ourselves and judging ourselves, and the byproduct of this illusion of isolation as we oppress ourselves and suppress parts of our natural expression, the byproduct's anger and rage. When we so if you're feeling a lot of anger and rage, there's a connection to deeper wounds that are being uncovered. And when you go underneath the anger and the rage, there's usually sorrow and sadness and a lot of tears. But it's like we go through these different layers of healing and releasing so that we can unburden ourselves from the limiting ideas that we have about ourselves. We are meant we incarnated here to create something greater, to transcend what was, and to become something that we've never been before. And that's moving into areas of the unknown. And yeah, it's scary. And it's scary to go at it alone. But you know what? You're not alone. We're all in it together. Each of us is a priestess to the other. Each of us is the shaman guiding each other across the threshold of transformation as we move into the new age. And we need to remember this, but there's old wounds that are being uncovered. There's past lives. Everyone in your life that's close to you now has been in your life before. in another incarnation, we have these roles to play that we take on for ourselves, and it's like we're playing a role in this world. Me, I'm playing the role of the healer, the role of the priestess, and or maybe you're a teacher or a mother or a sister or whatever. We have the roles that we adopt, and in this lifetime, but maybe the people around you had different roles. It's like the roles change. The faces all remain the same, but the roles that we play change. So your mother may have been your oppressor in a previous lifetime, and maybe that's why you have issues with her in this lifetime. I know that's why I had issues until I made the clarification. Oh my gosh, and I'm carrying over the pain from this incarnation, and I need to heal that wound so I can forgive her, so that I can let that go. And then as soon as I made that cognizant, that realization, I didn't have those terrible feelings toward it. It's like it left, the pain left. So when we look at the people that trigger us the most, we can't stand. It's like, who are they that are close to us? Who, and who do they represent to us now? Who did they represent to us before? And allow yourself to sit with it. Even your best friends, your besties. Your brother might have been your husband before, or they might have been your oppressor, or someone that killed you. We've had many lifetimes, and we've died many times. And if you're an astrology nerd like I am, and you do your birth chart, look at where Chiron is in your chart, and that will give you a clue as to where what your past life wounds are and what you incarnated here to heal. Healing is a huge part of our evolutionary path, and it takes courage to heal. It takes courage to look at ourselves and have the willingness to create new relationships with ourselves, to see ourselves in new ways, and to see each other in new ways, and the world around us in new ways. As a sensitive, we have to stop seeing the world as other. As a spiritual being, we have to stop seeing us as separate, because when we walk a spiritual path in truth, there is no other. There is only unity. There is only the one system of life that is here on this planet. But beyond that, there is the one unified field of energy that is the whole of the universe. So the more that we remind ourselves of that, and the more that we step into our greater spiritual body, it is we heal ourselves from that illusion of isolation. One of my teachers, Ryan Foxwood, says, I know the secret name of Satan. And if any of you are magic workers or know, if you know the secret spiritual name of a being, this is connected to Isis. Like she knew the secret name of, is it Set? And that's how she was able to have power over him. And so he goes, oh yeah, I know the secret name of Satan. I go, okay, tell me so we can work on this and take care of this. He goes, it's the illusion. Its name's the illusion of isolation. And that's true. The idea that we are separate from our Creator is what being an individual is like a double-edged sword, because we have the free will to create some things that have never been created before. We can create music and art and experiences, and that's a beautiful thing. But we've been, over the last 2,000 years or whatever, we've become like selfish, egotistical children that just want to own everything and conquer everything, and it's become twisted. It's become warped. It's this idea that as separate, it's either kill or be killed. It's hunter versus prey. It's the ones that's on the 1% versus the 99%. It's the ones that are ruling and the others that are enslaved, and we're changing that. We're changing that now. And we are learning how to transcend the conflict, that conflictedness within us. But also, just yesterday, see the last circle we did, the sun was in Cancer. And yesterday, the sun moved into Leo. And I love Leo, because Leo is play. Leo is fun. It's creative self-expression, because the energy of creative self-expression is really abundant right now, because also, in addition to the sun being in Leo, we've also got Venus and Mercury in Leo. So Venus being the goddess of love and abundance, and Mercury being about expression and communication. So we get to today we're going to be working with those energies of playfulness and expressing ourselves with music and song. I couldn't think of any other way that would be more fun and celebratory, and as a way for us to raise some energy and some healing for ourselves and the world. But a lot of times the sun is depicted as a masculine energy, the sun god Apollo, or that the upper world is only connected to masculine forces. That's not necessarily true. One of the ancient sun goddesses were also often depicted as dragons. And one of the ancient sun goddesses connected to the Shinto tradition, which is one of the oldest traditions on this planet, is Amaterasu. And I'm going to tell you the story of Amaterasu because it's relevant to what we are experiencing now. Now, the mythos of Amaterasu, she's the sun goddess, and she had a brother who was a storm god, Susanoo. He was crude, and he was rude, as brothers can be. Boys can be crude, and they can say things sometimes that just piss us off. And he pissed her off so much that she was like, F this. And she left, and she hid herself away in a cave and refused to come out. Well, we kind of need sun. Or else we're going to be bumping around in the dark a lot, and nothing would grow. So all of the gods were trying to convince her to come out. Amaterasu, come out. We love you. Come on. You didn't mean it. Susanoo apologized, and she still wouldn't come out. She wouldn't come out. And actually, there's a card here with a depiction of Amaterasu. Nikki, if you want to pass that around so everybody can see and get a vibe for her. And then there's a second card here, Nikki, if you want to pass that around too, because that brings us to the next goddess we're going to be talking about. So all the gods, no matter what they did, couldn't get Amaterasu to come out of the cave. And you know what? Don't you feel like we're all kind of in a cave right now, where it's like, I can't deal, so I'm gonna cocoon in my sacred space over here, and I'm just gonna hide away. Well, something needed to change, and nothing was changing until Uzume, shaman goddess, depicted there, comes out, and she does this ridiculous dance. She does a striptease. She takes her kimono and she's da-na-na-na-na-na, and a bump and a bump and a bump, bump, bump. And she does this silly dance that's so ridiculous that all the gods are like, oh my God, I can't believe no, she didn't. They're having one of those moments, and she's exposing herself, and she takes her boob and like flings it over her shoulder. Like, that's the story, is that she's flinging one, flings it over her shoulder, and she takes the other one and she flings it over the other shoulder, and she loses her balance and she falls on her butt, and her legs are in the air, and you see everything, and everybody's just laughing. And then she does this silly dance that's kind of like making fun of a ritual, actually, and she offers her body to the spirits, and the spirits go, no thanks. And then that makes the gods even laugh even louder, and there's this laughter and this noise that is so loud that Amaterasu was like, what the heck is going on out there? So she comes out, so she peeks outside, and as she does, all the gods hold up a mirror to her so she could see her beauty, and so she could see her light, so that she could see her truth. And it was in that mirror reflection that she realized that she had a place, that she had a rightful place in the universe, in the cosmos. And she came out of cave and she took her place back where she was needed. And I love this story because we are mirrors to each other. And right now, so many of the sensitive souls and the ones that are being so deeply reminded of their own past life wounds with all the trauma and the drama that is aired on the media and the news every night. Those are the ones that are hiding in the caves. I know light workers that are threatening suicide, that are feeling suicidal now. We have to show them their light. We have to reflect their beauty back to them. We have to do it. We have to figure out a way, and I think this is the way. We have to cultivate that light within ourselves so that we can shine, yes, but we also have to reflect the beauty and the light back to those who need it, the ones that are most wounded, the ones that are hiding in the caves, the ones that are shutting down and closing themselves off, because we can't lose any more of the beautiful souls. We can't afford it. We have to come together or we will not survive.
They should turn their TV off.
We should turn our TV. Well, I don't have a TV anymore. I don't watch news anymore. I can't even. I seriously. And then I feel like I'm not knowledgeable about certain events. And then I just go on Facebook and I see all the drama. It's scary. So the world events are sending us into our caves, and we are mirrors to each other as we usher each other across this threshold from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. We are creating something that's never been done before. Change is needed, and we are to be those agents of change. And that's beautiful. And everybody, even if they identify as a healer or not, it doesn't matter if you're what place you have. We all have the capacity to put some good out there. We all have the capacity to shine. We all have the capacity to love and be loving. And we have to choose it. We have to own it. We have to claim it. Because the world needs our light and our reflections of that inner beauty. So with that, you ready for another meditation? Let's get out of our heads and into our inner spirit, and the spirit that flows throughout all things. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. 1 for the mind, 1 for the body, and 1 for the soul. And as you breathe, center in your heart in the breathing space. And with each inhale, feel yourself reaching upward. Like an antenna is rising up from your crown. Or perhaps you have antlers or horns that are growing, and with each inhale, they reach towards the sky. Reaching up, up, up with each inhale. Until you pierce the veil of heaven. And then through the veil, a waterfall of light pours down. It flows over you and pushes you down, down, down again, back down through your body. And you gently fall, moving with this waterfall of light, down through the crust of the earth, down into the deep places within the soil, down within the deep places within you. And you land gently like a feather on soft green grass. You look around this landscape, and you see a mountain path heading towards a mountain top in the distance. And you follow the path, weaving and winding your way through a cedar forest. You can smell the scent of the evergreens. One of the trees has blown over in the middle of the night due to a windstorm and blocks your path. And you need to maneuver your way around this obstacle. And as you move your way around or over the fallen tree, you continue moving up the path into the deeper parts of the forest, moving up, up, up the mountain. And then you come across an animal in the path. Is it friendly? Is it adversarial? Do you need to step off the trail and wait for it to pass by? Or is this a guide? And does it walk with you for a while? After you move past these obstacles, the trail gets easier to climb, not because it becomes any less steep. In fact, its incline becomes steeper. But you feel a sense of lightness as you move. As if you are being uplifted, you can feel a breeze from beneath and below, wind pushing you, helping you on your journey. This updraft of wind, you know, is support from spirit. You look up at the trees overhead and you can see movement, as if a wind dragon was circling above you. Or a luck dragon. And as you move up the trail with grace and ease, you actually make it to the top of the mountain quite quickly. You gaze around at the landscape around you, the greenery, the beauty, the life, and the aliveness that surrounds you. And at the top of this mountain, there's a simple shrine made of ancient wood. The shrine has no adornments. It's a Shinto temple and represents the beauty of nature at its purest form. You enter the temple space and you see in the floor of the temple there is a round door
And you realize that your journey is not over. In fact, it has just begun. You open the round door in the floor, and you see a spiral staircase made of stone descending down. You enter the catacombs below. And as you walk, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Almost too dark to see, but you realize there is a faint light, a glow. And this faint light is actually coming from you. This is your energy, your life force that glows and radiates from you in a reddish orange hue. It's not really enough to light your way completely, but it's enough to give you hope to continue forward. And as you move through the unknown places and the ancient stone-carved walls and passageways, you enter a larger chamber where a circular beam of light shines upon one of 3 doors that you see before you. The circular beam of sunlight lands upon one of the doors, and that is the door that you pass through. And as you open the door, the sound of stones and gears and cogs and wheels, as if an ancient clock is set in motion again. As you push the door open, it crumbles from age, and the beam of light shines through the doorway. And it lands upon a disc of polished silver. You pass your hand over through the beam of light, and you can feel the heat of the sunlight as it bounces off the metal. You follow the beams of light. It makes a maze of patterns, like a web of light, as one beam bounces and shines upon another mirror, which bounces and reflects and beams across the chamber. In a maze of patterns, like a web of light. You follow these beams and they lead you into another open chamber. And in the center of this glorious web of light, reflected by dozens, not hundreds, of silver discs reflecting sunlight. In the center of this web of light, the beams centrally converge, shining upon a large crystal throne. The clear crystals are illuminated not just from the reflected light of the mirrors. The crystal throne seems to emanate a blue light of its own from within. You sit upon the blue illuminated crystal throne, and the light pulses. And the colors of light alternate back and forth from red to blue, red to blue, red to blue, as it merges with your energy. As you sit on this throne of crystals, you look up, and above you, you see a circular shaft that goes upward. And you can see a circle of blue sky way up ahead. It's as if you're at the bottom of an empty well. To your left is a chalice, a silver cup with a golden stem adorned with rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. This chalice is engraved with sacred symbols, and as you admire the cup, it fills with water as if by magic. And you have the knowing within you that if you touch the water, it will be transformed into wine, the nectar of the gods. You may touch it, but once you do, know that you cannot turn it back. Suddenly, from above, the circular shaft is filled with a brightness that you have never experienced before. The sun is perfectly overhead and shining down upon you. The light of the sun is amplified and intensified by the many mirrors. And the crystal throne begins to pulse with a third color, green. And it alternates, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, flickering, pulsing, red, green, blue. And as the sun reaches its perfect apex to you, directly overhead, the three colors of red, green, and blue merge into a pure white light. And as this happens, you hear a high-pitched sound, the song of the crystals. You open yourself to receive this frequency of healing as it dances through you, bridging heaven and earth. You breathe it in deep, allowing the light to permeate into the deepest places within you, allowing it to remind you of the light that you are. And as you gaze up at the stream of light pouring down from above, you see golden dragons swimming, spiraling above. Amaterasu's dragons, the dragon force, the life force, the light force, swimming around you, encircling you. Their power. And as the sun moves, the red, green, blue flickering returns to the crystal throne. You suddenly feel thirsty, and you are guided to drink from the chalice. Are you drinking the cup that holds the waters of life, or the nectar of the gods? You drink from this cup of wisdom, feeling the elixir moving through your body. Feel it nourishing you in your belly. Its magic spreading through your body, healing you, attuning you, cleansing you. And on the next inhale, an upward breeze helps you float up, 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 and you rise up on the inhale, up through the earth's crust, up, back into your body, back into the here and now, back into this place. As you open your eyes, allow the light and the beauty of your experience to flow out into the world around you, into your aura, into the circle. And look around at your neighbors. Each person here was one of the mirrors in your vision. And they are reflecting your beauty and your light back to you right now. The next portion we will enjoy in silence as Nikki and I give you healing attunements that will align you in mind, body, and soul to the frequencies of creation, to the frequency of Reiki. Let us enjoy the silence and the beauty of this space. We will tap you on the shoulder when it's time to stand, so you can lie down if you want. You can do silent yoga. Enjoy. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the healing in. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens swim. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens sing. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens swing. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power. the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Love is the power that makes the heavens spin. Love is the power that brings the healing in. We open our hearts and let the heavens spin. We open our hearts and let the healing in. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Oh, love is the power, love is the power, love. Yay! Blessed be! Awesome, awesome, awesome. That was perfect to come out of like the meditation with. It was gentle, it wasn't too jarring. But now there's one last chant I want to do, and we have some shakers for the rhythm keepers in the group. Does anyone want a shaker? There. One left. Good? Okay. All right, so this chant was given to me by the dragon in the land. I was here upstream at a place where there's a whole bunch of willows, and I was connecting to spirit, and there were these two giant red dragonflies that were humping in the air as they were flying. I'm like, how do they do that? They're huge too. It was like awkward, and they're like It was a whole thing. And then they separated, and one was like dipping its behind in the water, I guess for round 2. It was so wild. It was like, so there was this dragon energy, the dragonflies, and there was this life and aliveness around me.
Oh my God.
And I was, thank you. And so I was thinking about what is a chant that we can do to connect and weave these three frequencies of love, peace, and healing power. And it's like we're weaving a new paradigm. We're creating something, Wisdom is knowing what you want to hold on to. And these are things that we want to hold on to: love, peace, and healing power. This is what we want to create. This is what we want to, build from as we co-create the new paradigm. So this is a chant that I shared with others in my international groups, and they are singing it and chanting it with us. And it goes simply, peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Loud. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. Peace, love, and healing power. We weave these threads, this magic hour, holding space as blessings flower. Peace, love, and healing power. 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 Woo! Yay! Oh, thank you so much for joining us today. That actually concludes today's healing circle. And let's honor all of the beings that are holding space in the name of peace, love, and healing on this day and in the days surrounding this event as we co-create and unite our energies for good, as we use our powers to create more goodness. May you be infused with the light that you are. May you radiate and shine your light to help others see and help others come out of their darkened caves. May you share the beauty of all that you are, and may you reflect beauty back in a beauty way. All of your light, and all of your power, and all of your love. We are blessed, we are whole, and we are holy. We thank Reiki, we thank our guides, we thank the spirits of this place and nature, Mother Nature. We thank the people of peace and the dragon in the land for the words and the wisdom that they've shared with us. And we thank Amaterasu and her light that reminds us of the light that we are as well. May we walk in peace and beauty always. Blessed be.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you. Woo!